The Mexican drug war first began on the year 2006 when President Calderon declared a war against the cartels and threatened to dismantle cartels by deploying 6,500 military soldiers to his hometown of Michoacan. His way of taking down cartels showed failure after failure, and after his term, President Peña Nieto announced to do otherwise and to care for the people instead of continuing to fight. But once in office, he followed the same techniques like former President Calderon. Now, for over a decade, the three parties of the government, cartels, and consumers have fueled the way to only make the drug war worse. Mexico's government has had many issues in trying to win the fight, but has failed due to their immense corruption and poverty. This has only led to more violence in the streets and have made the people refrain from trusting the government and starting to praise the drug lords with narcocultura and accepting it to be a way of living. The government have used their kingpin strategy to try and dismantle cartels in which the leader of the cartels apprehended and extradited. This is the same way when famous Sinaloa cartel leader El Chapo was arrested in 2016 and then extradited to the United States. This has only led to cartels fighting over territory and the corrupted government not doing anything about it. In 2017, it was said to be our worst year with over 2,000 murders since 2011, who had over 2,100 murders. Since the start of the war, the government has vastly focused on the increase of military officials to combat the cartels. Unfortunately, it's been in order to create more violence since in many instances the cartels reach out to officials with the known phrase, plomo o plata, in which they have the option to accept money and cooperate or to be assassinated and killed. Mexico has mandated to place military in the most dangerous parts of the country, but has only caused commotion and more violence as the military are trained to kill, but so are the cartel members. A common cultural phenomenon that arose from this is known as narcocultura, in which people not only trust but also respect and look up to cartels. The cartels have gained their power by creating fear amongst the people, as well as making sure they are praised through songs, movies, and in which they depict luxurious lifestyles. Due to the high levels of poverty and lack of education, it is common for people to look up to them since they see narcos' lives as desirable because it will allow them to gain a better life because they have been left with no other way out. Due to the government's corruption, many people look up to the cartel members as the good guys because they get out of poverty and can live a rich life outside of the violent streets of Mexico. Mexico's government is known to not take the necessary measures in order to solve the issue. The lack of jobs and education in Mexico has only led for the people to join these cartels and support their lifestyle, as it has turned into a way to live a life out of poverty. As of 2017, there's a bit over 3% of the population who is unemployed, this meaning that over 4 million people have no jobs and no type of income. No jobs and a wage as low as 80.04 pesos, which is approximately $3.90, has not only affected adults but has also given no hope to the young teens. Many kids have been led to dropping out of school, with over 38% of kids aged from 14 through 25. This has led to many more kids in the younger population of Mexico as they turn away from their school in order to make their position in the cartel more valuable by turning into sicarios and violent people. With the funding of the United States, instead of the $1.5 billion that was spent for the drug war since 2006, the money should be in help to increase job opportunities and education opportunities in order for the people of Mexico to make an economical living instead of joining the drug trafficking organizations. This is a step forward to a solution for an almost eternal issue. The legalization of drugs in the United States can lead to success in the long run, as they cut down the profits of cartels and can leave cartels with no business. In the United States, kids and adults all around need to learn more about the issue and be informed in order to find a solution. The 10% of the United States population of ages 12 and older have said to use drugs, with over 20 million primarily using marijuana, making it the most widely used drug. Since 2014, the profits of marijuana have decreased for cartels, and if more awareness is let out, this can decrease profits from other drugs if people choose to follow the legal way in order to keep control of the violence. More people need to be informed in order to be successful and find a solution to this devastating crisis in the country of Mexico and many others. The Hunger Project is a global non-profit strategic organization that helps Mexico and is committed to the end of world hunger. The vision that they see is to look at every woman, man, and child and lead them to a healthy, fulfilling life of self-reliance and dignity. Hunger Project is a support for the people and their living as they improve it without having them look for other ways to obtain their necessities. Compassion. Compassion is a foundation who focuses on sponsoring a child from all over the world in hopes to one day making him live a successful life, away from all the drugs and violence that roams around the streets of Mexico. This allows people to donate to a kid with the description of their background in mind, and it can lead them to have more opportunities in finishing their education and getting a step closer to a job that they can live off of.